It's time to place your bets. Let's step into the huddle.
You're listening to the PreSnap Podcast weekly wagering show brought to you by LineStar app, the top-rated DFS tool set and #1 companion for DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo Daily Fantasy. Go LineStar Premium now at linestarapp.com. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Pisapia and Scott Bogman.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and welcome to the PreSnap right here on the LineStar app. It is me, it is Scott Bogman, and it's week 9. And you know what that means, boys and girls? We're talking picks. That's right. It's all about the wagering. It's all about the spread. We're trying to spread it all over the place, baby. Oh, yeah. Got love for the spread. And hopefully, look, last week, forget it. You know, every year in the NFL, you get a couple bizarro weeks where the strangest things happen. That was week 8 in the NFL. Don't worry about it. Shake it off, dust it off, come back, fight again. And we're back for you. And Boggs, I feel pretty good about this week. I feel much better than last week anyway. I don't even want to go over last week because it's just, we did it on Tuesday. Let's just live in
the famous words of Mark McGuire. I'm not here to talk about the past.
I'm not. I
talk about the future.
Exactly. Does that work, by the way? Can you just say that?
He did.
Here to talk
so
I know
it worked for him.
All right. Well, look, the good news is if you look at the annual records, we're still pretty good. Both of us straight up 74 wins and 72. That's pretty darn good. You're still 66 and 44 against the spread. I'm still 59 and 45 on over under. So we're still rocking and rolling there. But oh my goodness, last week was a whack-a-do.
I have a friend of mine that doesn't bet. He doesn't play DFS. He has one fantasy team, and he texts me about what a weird weekend it was.
Oh, it's crazy.
So if that guy, who is not nearly as deep as we are into all of this, texts me and says it's a bizarre weekend, you know it was crazy.
Well, here's some things that aren't crazy, and things that I don't want to talk about the past, but I will mention one or two things. The Giants covered again, and if you noticed, this line moved from 10.5 when we did the show to 14 by the time Monday night happened. And that was just like a gimme. Like there was no way. I mean, the Giants are just competitive. They hang in games. They're annoying, and then they turn the ball over. And that's just what they do. And they did it again. So they covered. Denver covered. That was another one that I was on to cover too against the Chargers.
All backdoor.
But this is what you got to understand about the Chargers. Every time the Chargers are favored, they fall apart. Like that's another thing too. That is a trend. It's something to keep in mind as we're going forward. And the Minnesota cover. Like you know what? I didn't get a lot right last week. I was 7-6, but I felt really good about the Giants. I felt really good about Denver and Minnesota, and I got all three of those. So I'm very excited. At least that made sense. And what otherwise was the upside down in Tennessee, which it was.
What the hell? Like how do you lose? Cincinnati is miserable. Their defense is terrible, and the Titans have been playing so well. I was really surprised by the outcome of that game. That one shocked me the most out of any of them.
Well, I mean, I just took it for granted. I think that's what it is. So
yeah,
that's what happened. But look, like I said, we shake it off. We go forward here,
right?
And let's do it. So let's talk about week 9. And let's start with a tough one here. Baltimore at Indianapolis. Baltimore is 2.5-point favorites, which makes sense. They're Baltimore. 45 is the number on this game. I just don't love this game. I really don't.
It's the worst game to start with.
It's probably the worst. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, you're right.
I will take Baltimore because I think in the end, they will find a way. I still don't trust Phillip Rivers. I certainly don't trust whatever's going on with this run game because it's all over the map. And look, the wide receiver play is not very good. So I think the Baltimore defense will find a way to win this game. So give me Baltimore to win. The trick is the cover here, which, again, I would run away from this because this feels like last-second field goal kind of game. I will take Baltimore to also cover this game, but I don't feel great about it. And in terms of the number of the 45, I'm going to take the over just because I don't trust a lot of unders, especially ones this low this year in the NFL. That's it. I'm not overthinking this one. I'm just trying to go at it. Baltimore, it's funny. I wish Baltimore had a smash game here this week, because I feel like they kind of need it after they lost to Kansas City at home. They lost to Pittsburgh at home. It would be really nice if they were playing the Bengals this week or something, or they could just go. But it's just tough here with Indianapolis. So this is kind of where I'm at. So what are your thoughts here?
Well, what you didn't even mention and could play into this game, probably won't factor in as much as we're giving it credit, but Marlon Humphrey and COVID, and then the tracing has 7 other defensive players for Baltimore in that group. Now they've all tested negative, and they just have to keep testing negative
right for now
be able to play in this game, but they're missing practice all week. So I think because of that, I'm going to take the Colts at home and straight up and against the spread in this one. I am going to follow that over, though. I think both these offenses are going to play a little bit better than their defenses have. And, it's a low over 2 because the defenses have been playing so well, but we just saw Baltimore give up some points. And we know the Colts are more than willing to turn the ball over at any point and set up short fields for Baltimore as well. So give me the over in this one. But I like the Colts with all those Ravens not being able to practice for the majority of the week.
Carolina, Kansas City is the next one. The Chiefs are 10.5-point favorites in this one. 52.5 is the number. Boggs, you kick this one off. Kansas City with an easy win last week over the Jets. It was child's play. You would think that they would kind of roll again here in this one. Although, hey, everyone thought they were going to roll Las Vegas, and that did not happen. But I think they kind of got the message. I think that was very important. Sometimes you got to have that oops game to kind of not take anybody for granted. So I know McCaffrey's back for this game, but I don't know if it's going to change your tune on this one.
Not really. I mean, I'm still going to take the Chiefs. They're just a much better team than the Panthers. And, we're right now we're seeing some growing pains from Carolina. And, that is to be expected. Their defense is running out of steam as injuries mount up as well. I'm going to take the Chiefs straight up and against the spread. I'm having a difficult time with this over. I think this 52.5 is such a good number, but I'll take the under on this one because I feel like every time I chase the over with the Chiefs, I never get it. So give me Kansas City and give me the under.
Yeah, I struggle with this over under too. I actually like what you're at. I like the under, and I like Kansas City on both sides of this. And I'll tell you what too, I think this game's going to move. So I would get in now because I think it's going to grow. I think by the time we get to Sunday, this is probably going to be closer to, I don't know. I mean, it's going to grow. Let me just put it to you that way. It's not going to be 10.5 by the time we get to Sunday. I just don't feel like that's the pace things are going. This is a wacky one here. Chicago and Tennessee. Chicago on the road. Quarterback play hasn't been good. Defense is good. Tennessee's defense bad. Offense good. We talked about this one yesterday. 5.5 Tennessee is favored, and they definitely need to get back on track here. We'll see if they can do that against the Bears. The number's 46.5. That's going to take 2 to tango for sure. For me, I will take Tennessee to win this football game and get right. I will take Chicago to cover, though. And I just feel like Tennessee doesn't put away teams, and that's a problem. And I don't think the Bears are very good all the way around, but I think that they're going to hang in here at least. If this was 3 or something like that, different. 5.5, that's where, you're kind of pushing the envelope there for me with Tennessee on this one. So I will go across the board with that. And I'll tell you what, I will surprisingly take the over in this one too. That's again, I feel like that's where things are going in the NFL. So whenever I see a 40 something, it's just tough for me to go into that in the mid 40. So I'm going to go over there.
Oh, we're going to be lockstep in this one. I mean, look, I don't have confidence in Nick Foles, right? So this is difficult to pick, but I have no confidence in Tennessee after they just got drummed by the Bengals last week. And I know the Bengals will look good. They played the first half well against the Colts, last week, or 2 weeks ago, but I'm not impressed with what I've seen from Tennessee recently. So I am going to take Chicago in that defense. I'll take the over because it's another low one, but I don't feel very confident on it. But I haven't felt very confident on over-unders for the last couple of weeks. So, take Joe's over-underers.
Yeah,
sure.
Take mine, take his spreads, take my over-unders, and I'm telling you, you made so much money this year if you've just been doing that consistently. Denver at Atlanta. Atlanta's a 4-point favorite in this one. Bogman, the number is 50. What's your thoughts here?
I'm going to take Atlanta to win this game at home, but I think I'm going to take Denver to cover. This feels kind of like a who has the ball last, who's going to kick a field goal. Plus, I mean, how confident are you ever when Atlanta is holding on to a lead late, right? Sure. So, yeah, it's gonna be real close. As far as the over-under game goes, I really like this number of 50, but I am going to take the over. I think Drew Lock had it clicking last week. I think Atlanta's defense has been playing better, but I don't know how long that's going to last. So I'm going to take, I'll take the over in this.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you too. I take Atlanta, Denver in the over. I'm in the same spot. So Once again, that's a lockstep for us. And my thought process is the same. I like Atlanta's been more aggressive on defense. That's great. But at the same time, Denver kind of shows up in weird spots, and this would be a weird one. They were playing better at the end of the quarter. I don't know. It's very hard to go and trust Atlanta to cover anything. I just have a hard time with it. It's just, and I want to give them credit because they have been a different team defensively. They have been getting after the quarterback more, and it's helped. But I not to the level where I trust it right now. And I think that's where I'm at. Detroit and Minnesota.
This line is actually off because of Matt Stafford.
Right. I was going to say, we're going to have to take a pass on this one because as of recording it, we don't have an accurate line. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of give you the best guess here. So basically, if Stafford's out, you'll see that 4 probably grow to a 6, I would imagine, maybe even 6.5. In which case, I would still take it.
Right.
I still think Minnesota can win this one handily if Stafford is not playing. No Stafford, no Galladay. That's a lot to be missing. So for me,
what are you doing with the over under? Because it's 52. Let's say it drops to 48 if Chase Daniel is starting instead of Matt Stafford.
Because
I think I'm going to take the under either way in that game. Obviously, we're not picking it. It's not going to be in our official picks because the line is off. But I think I would take the under either way on that game if I'm betting it because
if it stays with 52, I take the under. If it drops into the 40s, I'm tempted.
I have no trust in Chase Daniel.
But that's kind of it. But I think officially we can't put this on our mark right now because of what's going on. So that's
and I think I have no trust in Chase Daniel, and also I have Minnesota wants to run the ball 40 times like they did this week. That's their game. That's their blueprint. That's the Mike Zimmer special. So if they can run it 40 times and throw it 15, that's what they want to do. So I would stick the under. But unfortunately, a fun game to bet goes by the wayside because of COVID. F you, COVID.
Well, so much for that. This is why we can't have nice things. Houston and Jacksonville. Houston -7 favorites on the road. I know they're changing quarterbacks and all, but how in the hell can we give Houston 7 points? I'll take Houston to win this game, but I'll take Jacksonville to cover just because I have no trust in Houston. Well, how can anybody trust Houston? And sometimes the quarterback that you don't know all of a sudden has that first game, and it's always that first game. We know this. That's the best game for some of these guys, and it's all downhill after that. I'll take Jacksonville to cover. Screw Houston. I'm sorry. You have on the road 7-point favorites. I know Jacksonville's not good, but on the road, I guess that's how he was raised. Anyway, 50 is the number here. I'll take the over in this one too. No defense, none.
Yeah, there's no defense for sure. Look, I'm gonna go with you, but I'm not gonna laugh at people taking Houston because I think what it comes down to for a lot of people is, am I going to bet on Jake Luton or am I going to bet on Deshaun Watson? So give me Watson in that pairing, of course, but Houston's defense has been so horrendous. I can't see them beating anybody by a touchdown. And Jacksonville, look, is Jake Luton much worse than Gardner Minshew? I don't think he is. I think they're probably fairly close to the same. So I'll take Jacksonville as well. And I'm going to hit the over here too, because Houston's definitely going to put up points. And I think Jacksonville is too.
Okay. New York Giants at Washington. The number is 42.5. The Washington football team's favored by 3. Boggs, you get to do this glorious game first.
I hate this one so much. I'm going to take the under. I'll tell you that much. I don't trust either one of these teams to score. Both offenses have been playing horribly so far, and I don't trust them. So give me the under for sure. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to take...
Well, look, we agree on the under.
I'm going to take the Giants. I'm just going to take the Giants on both. I think if everything clicks, the Giants win. If everything clicks, Washington maybe should win, but I think it's more likely that things click for the Giants. Although I'm way more, and with my over-unders have been bad this year, but I'm way more confident in the under.
The Giants, young Skywalker. You've learned nothing. Washington will win, but the Giants will cover because that's what the Giants do. Yeah. And you know what? Washington should have won this last time. These two teams were going against each other, and guess what? Giants might have covered in that one also, even if they had won. So, look, I never feel good about Washington as a favorite, but I do think Washington wins this football game, but it's definitely going to come down to a point or two here at this one. So I will take the Giants to cover because they're the Giants, and I will take the under in this game too. This is another, 17-13.
Alfred Morris will be running the ball. Like, I mean, come on.
17-16. That's that. There you go. 17-16. Bleh. Nobody's happy. That's this
17-10.
All right. Seattle at Buffalo.
Over.
Seattle, the number's 55. Well, everybody's got to come to the dance at 55. I think they will. Josh Allen needs to get right. So hopefully this will be a get right game. You did mention yesterday that Jamal Adams is back for this one, but regardless of that, he was around when they were still giving up a ton of points anyway. So I will take the over in this one. I will take Seattle to win. I will take Seattle in the 3 there. Buffalo is just having too many issues for me right now. And yeah, they beat the Patriots last week, but you know what? Pats should have tied that game. They kind of handed it to them. So Buffalo has not looked good the last few weeks. I think Seattle's got a little bit of a, hitch in their giddy up now, coming off that W. They're going to go on the road here. I think they beat Buffalo too, and I think they do it pretty easy.
I wouldn't bet the over in a million years in this game because if Josh Allen plays the way he has for the last month, it's not going to go well for Buffalo. But I think this is where he gets off the schneid. So I do think Buffalo will put up points, and I think Seattle will allow them. But how can you pick against Russell Wilson right now, the way he's throwing the ball and the way Metcalf and Lockett have made it work? I just don't see any other choice but to take Seattle. I cannot take Buffalo. So I'm going Seattle in the over.
Can't do it, won't do it. If Buffalo
not gonna do it.
Look, if this was the upset, it wouldn't shock me this week. It would not. And I'll tell you what, it wouldn't shock me if Jacksonville upsets either. Like, that's another one too. Like that Houston 7, that is just light your money on fire. I'm sorry. I cannot see Houston. Has anybody watched that team play, dude? Houston by 7? 7?
Jacksonville's not that much better.
I don't care. 7? On the
actually, Jacksonville, I would say, is not better. I think anytime you have Watson, you have a chance to put up a ton of points.
Better, but the problem is you have to stop somebody else. that's where they fail.
Well, look, but Jake Luton is in his first start ever here.
I know. So was Justin Herbert once, and so was. I mean, he's not Herbert, he's not Burrow, but still, it's like, look, we've seen a lot of these guys make their first starts over the last 2 years, and you and I both seen this many times. Where we go, wow, look at that. Gardner Minshew.
But for every Gardner Minshew, there's a Ben DiNucci, right? So
Ben DiNucci should never have been out there. I don't think that's
neither should Jake Luton.
Not fair that's not true. Jake Luton deserves he's had to live his whole life without any cards.
Yeah, I loved reading about Jake Luton too. It's like his passer grade is really high when he's dealing from a clean pocket. He's gonna get that. He's going to get that with Jacksonville's offensive line? No, I think he's going to get one Mississippi. Ball needs to be out. I don't know. I don't.
Here we go. Las Vegas Raiders at the Chargers. Chargers are favored by 1.5. Gross. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders in this one. Give me them to win. Boom. Outright. There's your upset special of the week. Sorry, Chargers. I'm glad you came. It was fun. I will take the under in this game too. I think this one's actually a little bit disappointing here from an offensive standpoint. What do you think?
I'm gonna take the Raiders as well. I'm gonna follow you along that logic path. I am gonna go with the over though, because I don't think either one of these defenses is playing great right now. I think Derek Carr can throw the ball. This is me having faith in Derek Carr, by the way. And if he burns me again, I don't think I'll ever trust him one more time. So there can't be high wins in this game, Derek Carr. It's in a dome. So you better throw that ball downfield. So that's why I'm going to take the over, but I am going to take Vegas as well. But Herbert's been playing so well, I think I need to take the over in this one.
Next one, Miami at Arizona. Arizona 4-point favorites at home. The number's 47.5. Boggs, take it away here to his first road start.
Arizona, and the over. Look, I like what Miami did last week, but the Cardinals are coming off a bye, a little bit rested. I like Hopkins. Obviously, from what we talked about yesterday in this game, the running game might be better without Kenyon Drake if he should not go and Chase Edmonds plays. Miami's defense had some great plays last week, but I don't think they're going to catch a Jared Goff type here. Kyler Murray ain't Jared Goff, so no punt return touchdowns either. Give me the Cardinals. Give me the over.
All right, I'm going to go the same. Arizona, in the over too. We're locks up. Everything you said, I'm in. Kyler Murray is not Jared Goff. So, that's, just sorry. It's just not. And things are, I think they're starting to really click. They start to feel like when you're watching them, I know they played some crappy teams lately, but still, when you watch the Arizona Cardinals, I feel like they're playing with some confidence now. Like even when they got behind against Seattle, you saw Kyler Murray there, rallying the troops and stuff. I love that, man. Love that.
I think that's the game too. That's the one where
they
have to fight to get it to overtime, and then they got to really fight to win it in overtime.
Yeah,
and they did it.
Smash the Cowboys on the road in Dallas. You love that. You beat up Andy Dalton. I mean, dude, coming off the bye, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Pittsburgh at Dallas. Pittsburgh 13.5 favorites. 41.5 is the number. Give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh. Give me the over. I'm sorry. You know me. I see a big number and I always love to go with the underdog there. I can't do it. Not with this defense. Can't do it. Not with Cooper Rush or Gilbert and Sullivan or whatever the hell is playing quarterback. I have no.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Sullivan. Gilbert the
guy. I'm the quarterback.
Wait, you've got so many balls to throw.
Why do we need so many of these?
If I just knew one guy who would throw the ball to me, everything would be so much better. All right, there you go. There's your Gilbert Gottfried invitation on the show. That's for whatever that's worth. For the one person that laughed at that besides Boggs and me. All right, go ahead. Where is it?
New Orleans and Tampa Bay. Oh, for me, that's Pittsburgh in the over. I think the Steelers can score 42 by themselves in this game. So I think you need to take the over here, but I'm definitely taking my Steelers. Come on.
Poor whoever's playing quarterback. It's like Bud Dupree on top of you.
Yeah. TJ Watt.
Yeah. Here's the kickoff. That's going to be this one. I can't believe that we're going to have Dallas and Washington on Thanksgiving. I cannot believe that. All right.
Focus on food.
I know. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay 5.5 points is the number there. They are favored by in this game. 51.5 is the total. I will take the over in this game for sure. First and foremost, I do think Tampa will win, but I think New Orleans will cover. I think this is going to be a close game, regardless of the fact that Antonio Brown is there. I think Tampa and New Orleans is just going to be Tampa and New Orleans. I think it's just going to be one of these. It's going to be that kind of rivalry. I don't see one of these teams just blowing the other out. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. I think it's going to be tighter, and I love 5.5 is like perfect because if it was 3 or something like that, but even 4.5, 5.5, you're giving me a little bit more leeway. I'll take New Orleans with that number.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on Tampa Bay, New Orleans. I am going to take the under here for whatever reason. These divisional games seem to play a little bit down, so I'll take the under. But I'm with you on all that. This is definitely going to be a close game. I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. Tampa is probably the best team in the NFC, but it's arguable. And the Saints at any point can beat Tampa Bay. They did it week 1. Really, Tampa Bay beat themselves. But I would like to see Michael Thomas back too. So we'll see. But I'm going to take Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and the under.
All right. Last and certainly least, the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football against the New York Jets. I used to get really excited for this because I would always roll up my sleeves, get a big bowl of popcorn. Like, oh, let's watch the Jets get their butt kicked by my Patriots. 7 is the number, and I do not feel good about it. Let me tell you, I do not. I'll take New England anyway to win this football game somehow. I think they'll win by a touchdown, but I am not confident. You can tell by the way I'm saying it, and I will take the under because this is just ugly, awful. The Jets are bad. Well, New England's bad. The Jets are worse. I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. Oh, it's so bad. Go ahead, Pogs. You take this one over.
Same. I don't like any part of this game, but I will take the Patriots because the Jets are horrific. I mean, the Patriots look almost as bad, but no one looks as bad as the Jets right now. So who's worse than the Jets? Nobody. So
nobody's worse than them. They're the worst.
So give me the Patriots. But also, who is going to score in this game? This is going to be 3-zip, 7-zip, 8-zip.
Damian Harris. That's who's going to score in this game. Damian Harris and Cam Newton are going to score in this game. Damian Harris
14-3.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's got to be 14-3 is a good score.
I'm going to be doing my live stream on ITL, so check that out. That'll be way more entertaining than this stupid game.
Oh, 100%. You got to watch them in tandem. I think that's what you got to do. All right.
Give me the Pats. Give me the under.
All right. It's that time, boys and girls. It's time for the upset special here. Make sure you follow us over on the LineStar app on Twitter at LineStar app and LineStar NFL. Make sure you subscribe to the pre-snap show. So Boggs and I are going to give you our upset picks of the week. Boggs, where are you going for your upset this week, my friend?
I'm going to take the Colts as home dogs against the Ravens. The Ravens have a ton of guys in that COVID protocol this week, missing a little bit of time. Marlon Humphrey's down. Colts coming off a bye. Give me the Colts. Or not coming off a bye, coming off a good performance. My bad.
Close enough. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders on the road against the Chargers. Sorry, I just have no confidence in the Chargers at all. And how could anybody? They just fold at the end of games. It's unbelievable. And I think the Raiders have a little bit something special here. They're somehow just getting the job done. It just kind of feels like right now. And I was going to roll with the mojo of John Gruden and company. So the Raiders and Colts, those are your upset specials of the week. And, of course, go out there and get that LineStar app while you're at it and upgrade to the premium product. The LineStar app is the best DFS tool site out there. Go get it today, and you'll be grateful that you did. All right, in the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter at Joe Pisapia, at Bogman Sports. Boggs, it's been a fun week doing shows. Enjoy the football this weekend. Enjoy the college football. Real quick, I know we never do this, but Notre Dame, they're favored by what, 5, I think? Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're 5-point underdogs at Clemson, right? With the backup quarterback.
Yeah, something like that.
Smash that number, right? I mean, come on. It's Clemson against Notre Dame, right? I don't care who's.
But they're down Trevor Lawrence.
I don't care. So what? Like
they're also down some defensive pieces.
Hold on a second. Isn't this like the third, it's like the third ranked quarterback in the country in the class, probably, right?
Look, I got Clemson winning this game, but I don't want to bet it because Clemson is missing some pieces on defense as well. And it took them a whole half to put it together against Boston College. You can't have that half against Notre Dame. They'll take advantage. So, but I do think Clemson will put it together and win, but it should be a fun game to watch for sure.
All right, there you have it. I wanted to get your take on that one because you're Mr. College Football. So go follow Boggs on Twitter so you can get all his college football shows too because he does a great job with that. So that'll do it for us. Enjoy the games, everybody. There's nothing left to do now except down, set, win.
You've been listening to the PreSnap Podcast weekly wagering show brought to you by LineStar. Hit subscribe, drop a rating, tell a friend, and stay tuned for the next episode from Joe Pisapia and Scott Bogman.